Hello, elementary school students across America and on United States military bases around the world. I'm Michael T. Mondak with you again on a Wednesday, and again reading one picture book to you, your parents, and your teachers. As always, I begin with a teaser, and here it is for this Wednesday. Your parents and teachers will probably feel old when I say this, but 16 years ago today, I made my musical theater debut when I performed in a college production of a musical called Footloose. I know your parents and teachers probably think, Mike, you're making me feel old. Originally, 39 men and women were cast, but 12 dropped out before practices began. However, it's said that despite that, the show must go on. Wait a minute. Did I just say the show must go on? That's the title of this book, written and illustrated by Emily Arnold McCulley. Showtime. Bruno and Sophie met on the stage. Their children, Edwin, Sarah, and Zaza, were born to it. The family went everywhere performing every kind of play. It was a hard life, but it was in their blood. But in time they grew tired of sleeping in a different town every night. Sophie wished she could hang curtains in her own kitchen and tend the garden. Edwin, Sarah, and Zaza envied other children who went to school and made friends. Even Bruno was weary of packing his suitcase. Then one day, out of the blue, a telegram came for Sophie. It said, "Your great uncle Max has left you his farm." A farm! A farm, the children cried. Let's go. What can we do on a farm? Bruno grumbled. Sophie thought they should take a look. Out in the countryside, they were all surprised at how peaceful they felt. When they found Uncle Max's farm, Bruno gasped, "It's huge. That farm looks like the Hippodrome Theater." The house was big too. But it looked cozy, Sophie thought. The farm was beautiful, with its rolling fields and mountain views. It would make a comfortable home. But Bruno was worried. What did they know about farming? What if they didn't like this quiet life? They all agreed to give it a try. Sophie planted a kitchen garden with vegetables and flowers. Then she waited for them to grow. Bruno enjoyed driving the tractor, but the work soon grew dull, and he began to daydream that he was back on the stage. Edwin, Sarah, and Zaza stacked hay bales in the barn. Then they played among the bales. Word spread that a new family had moved to the farm. Neighbors began to gawk at them. They laughed at Bruno's cornfield and stared at Sophie's scarves and scowled at the children. "We're never going to fit in here," Bruno smiled. "We might as well give up." "But we love the farm," the children cried. "We have to show them what fun it is here," Edwin whispered to Sarah. "Let's take them into the barn." The children pulled Bruno and Sophie into the barn. Then they did what they always did. They danced and leapt and turned somersaults and told jokes. When the children were finished, Bruno and Sophie applauded. An idea came to them all at once. A theater! We could have a theater on the farm. Lots of hard work, Bruno warned. "We can do it," Sophie said. "It's what we do best." "Those neighbors are so unfriendly," said Bruno. "What if no one comes to see us?" "But we'll be great," everyone cried. Over the next few weeks, they worked day and night. They needed a real stage, benches, a curtain, spotlights, a ticket booth, a dressing room, and a sign. More and more people stopped to stare. That worried Bruno. "We'll win them over," Sophie said. At dinner one night, Bruno made an announcement. "I've written a new play for us," he said. "It is called The Three Chairs, and there's a part for everyone." "Bravo!" the family cheered. They began to get ready for the new play. They made popcorn, cookies, and punch to sell at intermission. Sarah and Zaza put up posters in town. Then Edwin opened the ticket booth for business, but no one came. "Just what I feared," moaned Bruno. "What are we doing on a farm?" One afternoon, a stranger drove up. "Oh," she cried, getting out of her car. "I couldn't believe what I'd heard, but it's true. A theater has come at last." She took Bruno aside for a talk. When she had gone, Bruno ran to find Sophie. "That was Eva," he said. "She used to be an actress. Now she lives here, and she's chairperson of the garden club and the social club. She knows everyone, and she wants to bring them all to the play." "And?" asked Sophie. "She wants a little part in the play," Bruno said. A truck arrived an hour later. Eva had donated plush seats and a velvet curtain. "I'll write her an extra part," Bruno told Sophie. While Bruno put the finishing touches on the play, Edwin sold 15 tickets. The children felt real excitement in the air. When Eva came to practice her part, things started off badly. She had not learned all of her lines, but soon everyone could see what a good actress she really was. Afterward, Eva had tears in her eyes. "To be on the stage again," she said. "You can't know how it feels." "But we can," cried the others. The family spent a quiet evening practicing scenes. At bedtime, Sophie whispered, "Oh, Bruno, our new lives depend on tomorrow night. I've never hoped so hard for a hit." The next night, the cast put on their costumes and makeup. Bruno reported that the audience was small, but Eva had been true to her word. Soon, several fancy cars pulled up with groups of her friends. "Goodness," Eva cried, "this is the thrill of my life." Finally, the audience was seated. Bruno told Sophie to turn out the lights. A hush settled over the crowd. Edwin pulled the curtain. Eva made her entrance. The show was on. The audience loved it from the start. Even intermission was a success. "It's a great show," Sophie told Bruno. "Have to admit that Eva is good, and the Goldilocks part adds a lot to the play." When the actors took their bows, the audience stood and roared, "Hurrah for the Farm Theater!" The next night, many more people came. The night after that, Edwin sold every ticket. The Three Cheers was the Farm Theater's first hit. The Three Cheers was followed by more plays, and soon the whole countryside knew about the Farm Theater. The neighbors couldn't remember what they had done for fun before the theater came. But as for Bruno, Sophie, Edwin, Sarah, and Zaza, they were completely content doing what they loved most, season after season after season. And that, boys and girls, is the whole story. I want you to join me again tomorrow at the same time on the same channel.